NASA officials were in town today to announce a milestone deal they've reached with a local aerospace company.
The space agency will spend more than $17 million on a locally made space module. The inflatable structure will be shot into space and become a part of the International Space Station.
It's a big deal for this company, Bigelow Aerospace, but there was another announcement today that seems to have gone unnoticed. And as the I-Team's George Knapp explains, this development could be even bigger.
Space station is truly our stepping stone to the rest of the solar system.
NASA honchos are jazzed about the deal they've struck with Bigelow Aerospace. This object that looks like an oversized foil-wrapped baked potato is a full-scale model of the BEAM, Bigelow Expandable Activity Module, an inflatable, multi-purpose structure that will become an addition to the International Space Station. This animation demonstrates the planned docking procedure. NASA will pay close to $18 million for the BEAM and plans to keep it attached to the ISS for at least 2 years. It took NASA 20 months to dot the I's and cross the T's on the deal, mostly because the ISS is so crucial to NASA's long-range plans.
We at NASA are, of course, our space station is something that we feel so strongly about its importance that it, I think, took us quite a bit of time to learn as much as we could about where the technology is today.
Adding the first privately produced module to the space station is important, both scientifically and symbolically. It's a major step toward the private development of space, which NASA has encouraged, and it will give the astronaut crews a lot more room to do their work. It's also a huge step for the Bigelow company, which already has 2 of its spacecraft in orbit, but will have a much higher international profile once its module is part of the ISS.
I've always been a dreamer, and I've been blessed to be married to someone who puts up with that.
But in the middle of the news conference about the NASA deal, Bob Bigelow slipped in a bombshell announcement that seemingly didn't register with the gathered media. When asked about how much he spent from his own pocket so far to build the company and its product line, Bigelow made a startling statement about his plans.
She and I together have invested $250 million so far, $250 million so far, and it will probably take that amount again to get to where we want to be. By the end of 2016, we will have 2 330s ready to fly.
What it means is Bigelow plans to build the solar system's first private space station and wants to have it in place 235 miles above the Earth within 4 years. It is a mind-numbing undertaking for one company. Aerospace insiders told the I-Team Bigelow has quietly undertaken a hiring frenzy, ramping up to build something that would have been unthinkable just a few years ago. Bigelow has said previously that he already has memos of understanding with several governments. If all goes as planned, those customers, along with corporations, will soon have a place to send their astronauts and scientists. George Knapp, 8 News Now.
Well, and the beam is expected to be attached in 2015. Bigelow Aerospace had previously planned to add 1,000 jobs at its North Las Vegas plant, but had to scale back because the transportation side of the private space effort couldn't keep pace. 8 News Now has covered this story since the beginning and has much more content posted on our website about it.